nation. This vision cannot admit the weaponization of political differences to punish the vulnerable, prejudice the innocent, injure the hardworking, and afflict the struggling. Pursuit of political aspirations must also enhance justice, not undermine it, expand freedom, not constrict it, and must increase democracy, freedom, and security, and not promote autocracy, tyranny, impunity, destruction, or fear. Isaiah 1:18 reminds us to reason together. Today, we are in the midst of a robust national conversation about public policies. Our democratic culture has endowed us with a rare opportunity to reason together and reconcile with our current realities. We all agree, seated here, members of parliament from all sides, leaders from all sides, that we have 5 million of our young people out of school without jobs. 800,000 young people join them in the labor market every year. I was looking at the budget last night. 628 billion will be spent in the education of our children in this year's budget, from primary school all the way to our universities. Yet, it is important for us to figure out how this investment will yield results for us as a nation. We all agree that our manufacturing, which we anticipated would go from 9% to 15%, has instead gone backwards to 7%. And we need to put policy interventions like the ones of promoting our manufacturing endeavors, making sure that we provide opportunities and interventions to promote manufacturing. We are all agreed that our exports as a percentage of GDP have come down from 28% to 10%. We need to do something about it. We need to promote, we need policy interventions that will encourage our exports. We all agree that 7 million Kenyans today live in informal settlements, suffer the indignity of living in settlements that do not have adequate water, do not have adequate sanitation. They are our brothers and sisters. We all agree that our agricultural land is threatened by subdivision, and food insecurity is a reality. That is why we have a conversation about the high cost of living. We need to do something about it. We all agree that borrowing is not the way out of our current situation, that our debt has increased from about 4 trillion to 9 trillion in 5-6 short years. We must reconcile ourselves to that truth. So, as we participate in this important debate on the finance bill, let us ask God to open our eyes and enable us clearly see real choices that we have to make. And I want to remind you the words of Daniel 11:32 that say, even in the context where we are, Daniel reminds us that, but those who know their God, they will be strong and they will do great exploits. Living within our means requires us to work with what we have. You remember Moses. He was confronted with a situation. God asked him, what do you have in your hand? And you know what he had in his hand. You also remember Jesus asked his disciples, when they were confronted with a situation of feeding 5,000 people. Jesus asked the young man and the lady, "What do you have in your hand?" We are at the threshold of great transformation and in a moment which demands singular courage. Our commitment is under test. Only bold decisions will enable us to make the best of this opportunity to unlock the possibilities of the Kenya we all want for ourselves and for our children. It is time to be bold and brave. Delay tactics and sabotage are written in the shaky handwriting of cowards. Excuses are the nails